this type of person, they will point out the errors of another in very subtle ways, or they could do it in obvious ways, but they don't want to seem like they're the one at fault. So that's why the subtle ways, the not so obvious ways of basically poking at somebody in an emotional way and a mental way is gonna be their best strategy with this, because they don't look like they're the problem. So by doing this, they also are aware of that there are people around them. Like if there's an audience, if there's other family or friends or just strangers, anyone around them, they'll be able to pull them into it. Because they're getting reinforcements. They're getting others to, even if they don't go on their side, they're going against you. Or they start to question it. Like, there's something wrong with you, you know? Of course, they would love people on their side. This just helps the situation that much more. But either way, it's a win-win, because it's not about them. So it's like this indirectly gets others to pay attention of whom this manipulator is doing this to. They're not bringing attention to themselves. They're bringing attention to the person who they are upsetting, who they are getting angry. So being all calm and collected, they could even seem very laid back. Almost as if, like, none of this is that big of a deal. Like, what's going on? You know? Meanwhile, knowing very well what the hell they're doing. How they delivered that information to you. How they said it, their tone of voice. Their body language. All these subtleties that nobody's picking up on because they're not involved directly with the conversation. Even if they were, they have a very intelligent way of using the words to turn it around against you. I'll go ahead and give it an actual example of this, but let me just continue to give some background to this. So what happens is how they present information, how they get you or the person they're manipulating to be angry, and they get others to have the possibility of looking at you as like a strange or odd person. This indirectly then gives them an advantage of being what they want. They want to feel more superior. They want to feel more powerful, right? They want to feel like not a problem at all, so they can twist this all around onto the person they're referring to, which is you or someone else. Such as being like, it's okay to not be perfect, they might even point out. Or that it's not that big of a deal. Or that if you point to them, or point out to them their problem, they'll have a great way of starting to be the victim. Like, look what you're doing to them now. So they do this to people because they get off on getting another person angry, annoyed, or bothered. In a sick way, it makes them feel better about themselves. Because the person who they're bothering is someone who they're threatened by. So, in essence, they take someone, whomever it is, right? someone who maybe they're jealous by or they're insecure around, generally, they're going to make this person not look so good. So they play it off as if it's maybe not that big of a deal, while never retracting what they said, never apologizing, never being empathetic, so you know you're on the right track with the manipulator, thereby getting the possibility of others who are listening, or even those that aren't listening, to pay more attention, to see what's going on, to have some kind of interest in the drama, and play it off as if they didn't do anything wrong. And they get to blame the person who gets angry. Such as, don't take things so serious, and I didn't mean it like that, and start to really minimize the person who's bothered. So it's like, who are people going to favor more? The person who is overdramatic, angry, a little out of control, feeling in a way defenseless, or the person who's calm, relaxed, sitting back as the winner in their disgusting blissfulness, enjoying what they have created. And no one can do a damn thing, because this person convincingly portrayed another to be the problem, while being able to, in subtle ways, mock them or be condescending. The only reason people do this to other people is because deep down they just don't feel good enough about themselves.